Hi everyone, my name's Jordan and welcome back to my channel. I want to preface this video by saying that today is June 25th, and yesterday was very tough for very obvious reasons. So I'm going to try to bring some energy to this video. I'm going to try to push through and make this video fun because everyone deserves a little moment of watching something that gives them a break. And I'm hoping I can help be that for you. But if my energy is a little lower than normal, that is why. I'm going to try. I will try my hardest to bring some energy to this, but if it feels a little lower energy than I am normally providing, that is why. So I apologize in advance. Today I wanted to film my July TBR. I am having a pretty good month in June right now. A little slow, I think. I'll probably end up having around the same number of books as I normally do, but I just feel like I haven't really been finishing a lot of books. Work has been really busy and I listen to a lot of audiobooks while I'm at work, but I've had to do a lot of like interdepartmental communications and things that make it to where I cannot listen to books all day. So that has slowed down. I'm currently reading Seven Eves by Neil Stephenson, which is humongous, so it's taking me quite a bit to get through it. So I'm just having a little bit of a slower month, but it's going pretty good so far. I've read some good books, so excited for July. So let's get into the books I'm hoping to get to. First up, I have Finley Donovan is Killing It by Elle Cosimano. I am buddy reading this with Kushika Shore, whose channel I will link down below. This is our second buddy read. We just buddy read something in June. We buddy read 1,000 Steps Into Night by Tracy Chee. I have seen a lot of people talk about Finley Donovan is Killing It and have been interested because like a lot of people say it's really good, but it's not a genre I normally listen to. So having somebody there to read it with me is going to help me get through it, I think. If I don't like it, I'll have somebody to complain with. If I do like it, then it'll be a happy surprise. So excited for that. Me and Kushi have had a blast reading our last book. We kept saying like, oh, we'll just get on like a 30-minute call and then it would be like 2 or 3 hours. So it's been a lot of fun. So I'm excited to read this with her. So Finley Donovan is Killing It is a book about a woman who is an author and has just gone through divorce and has 2 kids and is trying to like figure out the divorced mom life while also trying to make money. She can't hit her deadlines. She's having writer's block. And she is offered a hit. She's offered, a woman approaches her at a Panera Bread and asks her to off her husband or something. And that's about where I'm at. I'm only a little bit into the book. So it's a little buck wild. I honestly had no idea what it was about. I knew it was like a thriller-y kind of book, so I'm not super surprised in the direction it's going. I just didn't know what it was about. So excited to read it. It seems really fun. Feels very funny at this point, but I'm wondering if it'll get a little more serious later on in the book after a presumable murder. Next up, I have Nine Fox Gambit by Yoon Ha Lee. This is a sci-fi book that I believe I'm going to try to buddy read with Kyle over on Read by Kyle. This is a sci-fi book that seems very strange, and I've heard a lot of reviews that say it's very strange, and I kind of love that. From the synopsis, it seems like kind of like a interplanetary war kind of thing with like undead people and stuff. Like, I don't know, it seems like a weird, cool mixture of sci-fi and fantasy that I'm pretty excited to get into. I'm kind of glad I'm going into it not knowing a whole lot about it because I just like doing that with books. I like not knowing a whole lot about what I'm going to read because I like to be surprised by stuff. Next up, I want to read the Iliad. This is like the super classic, the Iliad, like the standard, the Iliad. I read the Odyssey in high school for like English class, and at the time did not appreciate it for what it was because I was in school. But I really want to read the Iliad because I've been reading a whole lot of like Greek mythology retellings lately without knowing any of the source material. I don't know a whole lot about Greek mythology, but I'm loving the retellings. So I'm very interested to kind of see where it all began, if so to say, and kind of get the actual background of all of it so that I have a frame of reference when I go into these retellings. And also I know that like a lot of fantasy is based on the Iliad and stuff, so it would be really cool to kind of like see those tie-ins. So really wanting to read this so I have a better understanding of what else I'm reading. Next up, I have Ordinary Monsters by J.M. Miro. This is a new book that just came out, I believe, this month. I already started it, but I'm only a little bit into it. I checked out the audiobook from my library. This is a chunky book. It is a historical fantasy novel set in Victorian England, and from the synopsis, from what I can gather, is there's like these two magical children that are just trying to survive. That's what I think it's about. I normally am not super into like an urban fantasy setting, but I'm wondering if a historical urban fantasy setting will be more enjoyable for me. We're gonna try it out. It's a really long audiobook, so I should know pretty quickly if I'm gonna like it or not, and I will not finish it if it seems like something I'm not gonna like. I'm kind of taking a chance because I don't love urban fantasy, but I'm not even totally sure if this reads like urban fantasy, so that's why I'm giving it a shot. Gonna see if I like it. So far, I literally am like maybe 20 minutes into the book. Like I have barely started, but so far it seems very dark and dismal, and I normally like those kind of settings, so excited to read it. Next up is another new release, and that is The Final Strife by Sarah El Arifi. I apologize if I am pronouncing that incorrectly. Please let me know down below if I am. So this book is another book that I'm kind of going into blind. I've seen a ton of people talking about it. It's an adult fantasy novel that has African and Arabic ties, I believe, and it is about like a society that is classified by bloodlines, and it's kind of like a revolution kind of story, and I'm a sucker for those, so I'm excited to read this. I've heard everyone raving about it, so I'm really hoping that this one is a win for me. I normally really enjoy Arabic settings and African settings separately, so I think it'll be interesting to kind of have that tie-in together. So yeah, excited to read this. Next up is another book that is in a genre I normally don't read, and that is You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty by AKWAEKE EMEZI. This book I've seen everywhere, and I mean, just look at the cover, it's stunning. I know nothing about this book. I have looked at the synopsis, and from what I can gather, it's like this woman whose partner has died and must continue her life, and it's like 5 years later, and she's thriving, maybe not thriving, she's succeeding in her job and stuff, and she's interested in dating again but isn't looking for something serious, and it's just kind of like her journey of finding love again. Again, not a genre I normally read, so I don't know if I'll like it or not. I have a hard time with like contemporary sad books. I just have a hard time getting into them and enjoying them because I read for escape and I don't want to read about sad real life stories. But I've heard such good things about it. The cover is stunning. I'm gonna give it a shot. Lastly, I have Piranesi by Susanna Clarke. This is a book that I've said in a previous video I think will be 5 stars for me. In that video, which I will link above, I said that I thought it was a mythological retelling and was told it is not. So I have no idea what it's about. Literally no idea. Like for some of these other ones I said I had no idea and then I gave a little bit of a synopsis. This one I literally have no idea. Absolutely none. So excited though. I've heard mixed reviews about it, but the people that like it love it. So I'm hoping I am one of them. I have said I think it'll be 5 stars, literally based on just other people's thoughts. So fingers crossed. I hope it is 5 stars because I do really want to like this book. That is the books I want to try to get to in July. As always, I probably won't get to some of these, and I'll probably get to other ones that are not on this list. I have a very long TBR, and I've been kind of mood reading. I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle. I do have a very strict list I follow of like the general order I want to read things in, but I also mood read audiobooks. So like physical books, I have a pretty strict list of what I'm reading when I'm reading it. But audiobooks, I just kind of like go with the flow and what I feel like reading, and what's available, what comes off holds, things like that. So audiobooks are always more loosey-goosey. So we'll see what I read in July. I'm excited. I hope I'm able to read a lot. I know in the summers, a lot of times my reading slows down a little bit because I like to get outside and do things, and I travel a little bit in the summers, although I don't know if I will be that much this summer, but a lot of stuff happens for me in the summer, so I do not know if my reading is going to slow down for the summer or if it'll just stay about the same. I normally read a lot right at the beginning of the year, and I'm not sure why that is, but I feel like January and February are always my strongest reading months, probably because it's so cold, so I just sit inside and read. But yeah, so I am excited for July, excited for the books I will be reading in July. I'm wondering if some of these, I'm filming this, like I said, before June ends, so some of the ones I've already started I might finish before July, but we'll see. If I do, they'll be in my June wrap-up, and you'll know. So there we go. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what are some books you're planning on reading in July, and if you've read any of these, what you thought of them. If you really like my channel, please hit the notification bell to be notified anytime I post new content. Thank you guys for watching. As always, your support means the world to me, and until next time.